Welcome to Garden Fever. Join us today for expert tips, creative ideas, and all inspiration you need to make your garden flourish. Let's grow together. Hi, my name is Corey Lefevre. Thanks for joining me today. I'm coming to you direct from northern Utah. And today we're going to be talking about parsley. That's the subject matter for the video today. I'm going to give you all the optimal information you need, suggestions, and some, if you stick around to the end of the video, some tips and tricks. Let's get going. So growing parsley is easy and it's rewarding. Start by choosing a sunny spot or a location where there's partial shade. Parsley is pretty hardy, but if you give it optimal care, it will grow in abundance and is pretty easy. Parsley prefers well-drained soil, rich in organic matter. You want to sow the seeds directly in the ground or in containers. In fact, they do well as containers, about 1/4 inch deep spacing, you want to space them about 6 to 8 inches apart. Keep the soil constantly moist until germination, which takes about 2 to 4 weeks. Thin the seedlings down after that to 6 inches apart once they're a few inches tall. Now you don't have to do this, but like I said previously, I'm giving you the most optimal information. You can neglect them and not do this perfectly and they'll still grow fine. You want to water them regularly, especially during dry periods. Mulch to retain moisture and to control the weeds. Fertilize with a balanced all-purpose fertilizer every few weeks. Compost is awesome if you want to compost the soil beforehand. I prefer a compost tea, that way it's more quicker and direct and it avoids the chemicals. You want to harvest parsley by cutting the outer stems at the base, allowing the inner stems to continue growing. I don't make enough food with parsley in it to where I have to harvest fresh stuff all the time, and I have an abundance of it, as you can see here. So what I do is I dry it out and I buy these little containers at the store and I store all of my herbs and stuff inside of these for winter use mostly, and for later use. Parsley is very, very nutritious and very healthy, and probably more healthy than most people realize. Parsley is a nutrient-packed herb that offers numerous health benefits. It's rich in vitamins A, C, and K, which support eye health, boost the immune system. It promotes your bone health. Parsley is also a good source of antioxidants, such as flavonoids and vitamin C, which help protect cells from damage, and it reduces inflammation. Its high vitamin K content is essential for proper blood clotting and bone strength. The herb's natural diuretic effect can aid in reducing bloating and improving kidney function. It's a versatile herb, and actually there are quite a few food dishes that you can put it into. You can put it in as a garnish. There's salads, there's sauces, pastas, potatoes, pesto, soups and stews, especially fish recipes. A lot of people don't know this, but it works well with fish. Yeah, omelets and eggs. Since you made it to this far into the video, let's give you all of you who made it this far, a couple of secret tips or little tips and tricks on how to grow from what I have observed in my own doing. Now I'm sure if you Google it, there's a lot of things that people do out there. I'm not going to promote something that I've never tried personally. So with that said, the next tips and tricks that I'm going to give are ones that I have tried myself and I know they work. One, you want to soak the seeds before you plant. They have a tough outer shell, and soaking them in warm water for about 24 hours before planting them will quicken the germination period. It's almost like a boost. Keep them constantly moist. Parsley requires moist soil, especially during the germination period. As the roots set, you can lax off a little bit with the water, but mulch around the plant to retain moisture and reduce weed growth. You want to thin the seeds. You'll get better stalks if they're not all clustered close together. They can grow close together, but if you thin them a little bit, they'll do a lot better. Use well-drained soil. They will grow in other types of soils, but obviously, like a lot of plants, if it's well-drained, loose, loomy soil, they'll do better. Regular feeding. If you give it some fertilizer, you give it compost, you give it a compost tea every couple of weeks, every 3 to 4 weeks, you'll notice a big difference. Pinch back the early growth. When it first starts to bloom and you start getting multiple sets of leaves, prune the top or pinch off the tops, and it'll bush them out, and it'll just make them almost like a cauliflower bush, as you can see here. Harvest properly. Harvest parsley by cutting the outer stems at the base, allowing the inner stems to continue growing. This method encourages continuous production of parsley. Companion planting. That's a lot of things that people miss with parsley, but if you plant parsley near tomatoes, asparagus, and carrots, it can help repel pests and attract beneficial insects. Now, one thing that I've noticed about parsley, this is going to be an expert tip right here, is it's a biennial plant, which means that it grows 1 year, returns a second, and then bolts and shoots its seeds. So most people just grow it the 1 year and that's it. Grow it the 2 years. The second harvest is good, and then let it go to seed towards the fall. And then all you got to do, kind of like bunching onions, is let those seeds drop in its place, and it will continue to return. It almost feels perennial if you do it properly. It's not. It's a biennial herb, but it can feel perennial. With that, I want to thank you all. Thanks for joining me on this adventure. If you have any tips and tricks yourself, leave them in the comments below, and I hope that helps you grow parsley. With that, I'm going to bid you farewell. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff out. It helps the channel out. I would love to get the information out there. And let's make this world a paradise, 1 yard at a time.